I didn't get to ask you, but how many languages many languages do you really speak? It seems like a lot.
So, my personal number would be 10. Um, some other people would like add some other ones onto there, but I have a very high criteria, or like it's like a very high level that has to be not necessarily a high level, but there's a certain level that I have to reach before I feel like I can claim that I speak the language.
Oh,
Um, so there are a few languages that I can have very basic conversations in, like for example, Korean, to a very basic extent,
mm.
and Cantonese also to a very basic extent. So, uh, like for example, I went to Chinatown a couple days ago, and then I heard them speaking Cantonese, and I wanted to practice Mandarin. So I asked in Cantonese if they could speak Mandarin, and then I was able to understand the short little exchange, but I couldn't speak more beyond that.
Okay.
But I would personally say 10.
Nice, nice. And which would be your strongest?
So after English, I'd say German.
German. Okay.
Mhm.
Interesting. And I found that our approaches were quite similar. Like I didn't see anything out of the ordinary that I would think, oh, no, I don't know about that. I'm not sure about that. I doubt it. But you talk about a concept which I know is really important, which is living a language versus learning the language. Can you expand on that a bit?
Gladly. So a lot, uh, because like a lot of us have our first language experience in school. A lot of us are taught to learn languages instead of living them. So you learn it in the classroom, and then you drop it as soon as you leave the classroom. And That's what I did when I first got into this too. I had no idea what to do. So as soon as I learned that living languages was actually the proper way to go, what I would do is I would make the language my life. So for example, although I'm not studying French at the moment, I keep my phone in French, just to keep my mind fresh. Most of the music I listen to is from different countries, so like I listen to tons of foreign music. I don't really listen to English music that often, to be completely
Oh,
honest. So for example, right now I'm learning Russian. I'm taking a quick little break just to give my brain a little bit of time to relax, and because Russian is hard, as you know.
mhm.
I'm brushing up on my Mandarin right now. So what I'm doing to make Chinese my life is so I wake up in the morning. I read Chinese on LingQ, one of my favorite resources.
Mine too.
Um, then I have some Chinese podcasts that I have downloaded on my phone. So when I go walk around the city, I listen to the podcasts. Um, if I'm ever in a Chinese store where the owners are Chinese, I try to only speak to them in Chinese and try to use as little English as possible. And yeah, I just try to surround myself by Chinese as much as possible. And then I was doing the same with Russian. And as soon as I'm like finished taking a break and I go back to studying Russian again, I'm gonna make Russian my entire life. So like I try to talk to as many Russians as I can. Right now over FaceTime or Skype, just because the pandemic prevents us from like meeting people outside and stuff. But I'm not at the level yet where I can put my phone in Russian. I mean, I want to, but that's not going to happen for a bit longer.
Right.
But yeah, and then I watch a lot of Russian TV shows. I just
Okay.
finished a series on Netflix in Russian with Russian subtitles, just to really force my brain to assimilate as much as it could.
Right.
Um,
To
yeah,
the
so I just
lake,
try to.
right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was
I
really
just
good.
finished that last night. It was cool.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I hope there's a second season. Looks like there might be.
Yeah, I'm thinking so. I'm really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. Mhm.
Right. All right. So yeah, I mean, that's essentially what I do. Fortunately, I only have I only speak two foreign languages, and one's at a high level, one's more at the beginning stages. But I can converse and all that. And I did have my phone in Russian for a while, but I just changed
Hey,
it back to Spanish. you know, I remember I wrote a comment on YouTube about how I did that, and someone's like, oh, and I'm like, well, if um, they're like, oh, if you have a really serious situation and you have your phone in a language that you're not completely, you know, you don't completely understand yet. You know, you're going to be super motivated to know what it is in the moment. I'm like, no, I mean, I need to know exactly what I'm doing in like serious situations. But
Yeah.
that was a very idealistic comment, but
Mhm.
whatever.